Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforLove.com. I recently received a question from Melanie, one of the members of our GPS for Love community. And I love this question because it was straight and to the point. And you know, if you've been following me in GPS for Love, I'm all about let's get down right to the truth and make it as simple as possible. So Melanie's question was, Joe, why do guys like bitches? I just don't get it. Well, I understand you don't get it, Melanie. And for anybody else watching this, I'm going to help you understand why guys like bitches. Because the reason why guys like bitches is the same reason why girls like assholes. So let's start off by simply differentiating that there's a difference between a boy and a man. So the guys who like the bitches are the boys. Those are guys who are selfish, emotionally immature, and unavailable emotionally. Those are the kind of guys that you want to stay away from if you want to create a great relationship. So Melanie's question, yeah, but why? See, what you need to understand, it's the same reason why girls like those dirtbags, those guys who string them along, who play head games. It's because part of us as human beings have this need for variety. We have this need for excitement. Now, there are different ways we get our needs met, in healthy ways or in unhealthy ways. So let me explain. So someone who's under stress will go get high, will go drink, will go do drugs. Well, that's an unhealthy way of getting their need met. That's an unhealthy way of coping with their stress. Where a person who is healthy and emotionally mature will go for a run, will go exercise, will call up their friend and go have lunch, and they'll manage their ways in healthier, better ways. And it works the same way. So women who are attracted to guys who are jerks and guys who are attracted to bitches simply are trying to meet their needs in unhealthy ways. They look at it, hey, there's a chase here, there's a challenge, this is exciting, I'm going to see if I can get her. Or you know what, maybe it's some self-esteem, some self-worth issues. And what I want you to understand is that you can spend all the time in the world trying to understand why, because people do what they do for very specific and predictable reasons when you understand what's driving that person. And it's really not that difficult once you understand human behavior. But what I want you to understand, and I want you to ask this question, why? Why do you care that there are certain guys out there that like bitches? Are those the kind of guys you want to be in a relationship with? I remember back in my journey, there was a point where I wanted that great relationship, and I realized it worked the same way. There were women out there. Now, I know some of you watching this aren't going to admit it, but you wanted the guy who had the perfect hair, the perfect teeth, who drove a Ferrari, that was going to wine you and dine you and take you to the 5-star restaurants. Okay, none of those things were me at the time. And, the good guys finished last, and that's what I heard all the time. I had a lot of my friends who were female who said, you're just a nice guy. And I'm like, yeah, but isn't that what you want? And so it didn't make sense to me either. So what I also learned is that if a woman wants to be with a dirtbag, wants to be with a guy who strings her along, who plays games, and who does all this crap in order to catch her or to get her, that's not the kind of woman that I wanted to be with. I wanted to be with a woman where I could just be myself from day one. And you either loved me and liked me for who I was, or you didn't. And if you didn't, I was okay with that. And that's the way it needs to work for you. So all these guys that like the bitches, don't even pay attention to them. They're not the kind of quality of guys you're looking for. Those are the boys. They're not even worth your time. And yeah, it causes you to scratch your head and go, it doesn't make sense. But look at the world we live in. It doesn't make sense. People will put needles in their arms and shoot illegal drugs to make themselves feel better instead of identifying their problem and learning how to overcome it. Now, I'm not here to judge anybody. It's not my role in life, but, human behavior doesn't make sense. A person who says that they're struggling with their weight will go to the buffet and pile their plate up 3 stories, and then after that, go to the dessert bar. And then they'll go, but it's my bones. I've got big bones. Or, it's my parents' fault because it's in my genes. The genes didn't make you drive to the buffet. So what I want you to understand is human behavior is very predictable. Now, you can sit here if you want to try and understand why people do what they do, or you simply sit back and observe and see what people do. So if a guy is showing you that, he likes bitches and he likes to be treated like crap, or he likes the excitement, he likes the chase, he likes to play games, he doesn't call when he says he's going to call, is that the kind of guy you want to be with? And hopefully, if you're watching this, your answer is no. You deserve better. And so my philosophy is stop worrying about the boys. Okay, simply find yourself and focus on finding good men. Because once you start focusing on finding good men, guess what you start to find? Good men. And then once you start finding good men, then you start focusing on finding the right man. The the guy that's going to be the perfect lid for your pot. The guy that's going to complement you in your life and just make your life so much better. And that's one of the ways you're going to know that you found the right one. So I hope this makes sense. I hope it gives you some clarity on, why guys like bitches. And hopefully if you're watching this, it'll help you understand why women like, the assholes, if we could be frank, is that people do what they do for their reasons. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy trying to figure it out. Just get clear on what you want. Decide what works for you and continue going for that. And that will just make your life so much easier, I promise. So, as always, I want to hear from you. What's your thoughts? You got any comments on that? Let me know about guys that, that like bitches, what you think. And also, let me know if you're one of those people, if you got to be honest here, that likes those bad boys, likes the guys who play hard to get, you like the games, you like the excitement in the beginning, you love that amazing chemistry and the fireworks that you need to feel on the first date. If that's you, that's perfectly okay. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is if you're getting the results you desire. So go ahead, take some of your time, look over this, video, maybe watch it again, and then ask yourself this question: what really matters? What matters to me? Does it really matter that certain guys like bitches? Ultimately, you get to decide. So as always, an honor, privilege to be with you. I'll see you next time. Much love.